Yo, what up, sports fans? Back to the channel. You already know what it is. Buds and Sports, with your three hosts and buddies. Lightning Leche, Little Dookie, Doug, Steven,
Yo, what's good? Spuddy here.
Francis.
Hey, what's up, everyone?
Out here using my real name. Fuck.
You know, we're government today, you know?
Yeah, you hella went government. Like, Steven, is this a new guy? Nah. Crazy.
And welcome back to the channel for the recap of week number 5.
How was that?
Damn, that's crazy ass voice right there, sir.
I thought we had another guest on for a quick second.
See, they met Little Dookie. That was Lightning Leche.
No,
I got you.
That was Douglas. That was Douglas.
that was
Yeah,
Douglas.
that was
Douglas. Douglas.
Yes, welcome back, folks, to another episode as we recap week 5. Another weird week, I'd say. I wouldn't say wild. I wouldn't use wild this time.
No, there's some wild times, like Packers and Bengals. Yeah,
Was those wild or dark times?
no, both.
Both.
I've never seen how how much both of those things, like wild and garbage.
Fuck it. We're already talking about it. Hey, Crosby, Bengals kicker, bring that ass here, boy. We starting the show in Green Bay, Cincy.
Hey, at the end of the day, hey, he won it, so you can't really get. I mean, you can get mad, but he did win it at the end.
No, bro.
Nah.
Nah.
Hey,
when he finally put it through, I felt the awkwardness in the air. Like his team was like, I don't want to hug you right now. You don't deserve us celebrating with you, but fuck it. Like we took it back.
At the end of the day, he won it, and the Bengals kicker celebrated when he did it.
Yeah, when he thought he won, like, nah, dude.
The Bengals kicker celebrated for hitting the little flag at the top of the pole. He's like, bro, that's not. Bring me my 20, bro. I told you.
Hey, a very crazy feat.
He's like, yeah, but it missed. So look like, oh yeah.
Man, this game, this back and forth. Like for how much stats Devontae Adams and Jamar Chase put up, like you would have thought both these teams went over 30 points.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah,
but they kept it in the mid 20s, and in the end, nobody wanted to win this game. Literally. The Bengals didn't want it. The Packers didn't want it.
I feel like it's more on the kickers situation because they lined them up, and the kickers just couldn't get it through. They had their separate bets going on. They're like, nah, fuck, I don't want to win.
I've never seen an ending like that where it was like literally like what 5 consecutive missed kicks.
Yeah,
man.
5 in a row. Like me and my pops was watching that game laughing off our asses.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you think you're gonna miss it? I was like, nah, there's no way. That's already 3. Oh, 4. Goddamn.
Then when the 5th one hit,
Burrow, nice. Nice. Like, hey, Francis, keep those Burrow rookie cards, because.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
I like the way this boy looking.
Hey, the whole Bengals team looks like, hey, we're here to prove a lot of people wrong.
Look, my theory is this: pretty much the league is full of Bama players, right? It's just there's Bama players everywhere. Okay, so if you get a guy, especially at the quarterback position, that he beat Bama in a national championship while he was in college, there's a very good chance he's going to be pretty good in the league. And
Bama's solid.
I mean, Cam Newton. Look, Cam Newton made it to the Super Bowl. He gave Bama the works. Deshaun Watson, we saw his ceiling. We saw the potential there. He's going through a lot of shit right now, but we see it with Deshaun Watson.
We saw the ceiling in the NFL. We saw the ceiling in the NFL.
Burrow literally went in there, got out, smoked a fat ass cigar, and said, "Yeah, I fucking did that." So I think as long as he stays healthy, he's gonna be straight. He'll be all right.
The thing is, when he came to the NFL, he kept his college swagger.
Like, that's the thing about him, and it comes off cooler than how Baker Mayfield tries to be like that.
Yeah. But well, because the thing is, Joe Burrow acts like Cool Joe. Like, hey, what's up, everybody? Baker just is the small mad guy that's trying to prove someone wrong. Yo, like you look at his press conference, he just looks so pissed off at everyone. Like, you talk bad about my teammates, you know, just like chill, my guy, you know, chill, you know.
But I think as long as you provide Joe Burrow with a pocket, he can work. He could really give you some work, and the Jamar Chase connection is proven week in and week out that it's for real.
Yeah,
that shit is for real. That shit is not going nowhere.
Hey, magic just happened because that one bomb that Burrow threw to fucking Chase, like the defender was there to try to swipe it, and it was like the perfect window, and the defender just didn't, get his hands right in it.
The defender was literally 7 meters off, man.
Yeah, like the ball went under his swipe, and Chase just caught it. Like, yo, that's crazy.
Yeah,
that was such a crazy catch.
It was great. And the thing is, Chase had to run across the whole field for that because it was scramble play at that point, right?
Yeah, it was.
So he said, "Fuck my original route. Let me go over here." But he sprinted all the way across, and Burrow put it right on him.
Yeah, I like this Bengals team a lot, and going against an Aaron Rodgers powered offense, and Aaron Rodgers was doing work, Aaron Jones was doing work, Devontae Adams was doing work, but still kept it. Before the overtime, 22 points, only kept them 22 points. Yeah. I mean, part of that is because of missed field goals, but at the same time, give credit to the defense though.
And that's the huge. To me, other than the O-line being like better than we thought, the defense is the biggest surprise with the Bengals because, when you look at the offense on paper, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow, Joe Mixon, they have an offense, like
a nice young talent right there.
They got talented dudes, so I don't doubt that they could put up points, but can their defense perform well enough to keep them in games? And so far through 5 weeks, they can,
because
they can.
The defense holding also lets Bengals utilize Joe Mixon a little bit more, just for more ball control situations, so. Because if the defense let Packers just have a field day, now it's just Bengals throwing it all the time, which means they're one-dimensional. Right. So, it allows the Bengals to have more options rather than, being a one-dimensional throwing team, which means more blitzes would have happened against the Bengals, and they would have really tested that offensive line. So, I mean, you got to give credit to the Bengals defense and the off-season pickups they've gotten. Not crazy ones, but they're quality ones. They're qualities that fit their system that they wanted to implement, and it fucking does the job.
Yeah. It's not... Go ahead, Dougie. Go ahead.
Like I said in the month recap, like they're not gonna, they might be fighting for a wild card at the end of it. Like I think they're gonna surprise a lot more. Do a lot better than what people really think they're going to be doing.
Yeah. I mean, at the beginning of the season, we kind of doubted the Bengals, even their defense, We weren't too high on their defense, but even though I wasn't too high, I remember we did that little thing of like, which bottom defense do you have more faith in? And I put my money on the Bengals. But then again, now they're not even a terrible defense. They're good. They're
middle of the
defense.
pack.
Yeah, middle of the defense,
Yeah.
So proved us wrong.
Yeah, for sure. So, hopefully they'll continue to trend in the right direction. It would be nice to see the Bengals relevant. It's nice to see a lot of teams that for the longest time have sucked ass starting to become, playoff teams and a little more relevant. And I think
everyone hates the same joke.
And speaking on that, I think I'm buying in. I think the Bills are absolutely for real. I think that defense leveled up to another level this year, and they have a championship team for sure. So
yeah,
you know, I think the Bills are absolutely for real, and I'm gonna expect to see them in the final game.
Yeah, that's what I like to hear.
Hey, that Bills defense, it's definitely a turnaround from last year. It's like they almost had the same personnel as last year, but I think injuries is what kind of like stunned them, and they weren't able to excel.
Yeah.
Because honestly, the way their defense played this year is kind of what I expected last year.
Yeah.
But you know, some type of lag happened. I don't know what type of lag happened. It just happened, but thank God it's here now. You know, because they're really, you know, the first game was a fluke against the Steelers. I feel, you know, first game Steelers defense was actually healthy. You know,
hey,
so
that's something to keep in mind for future seasons. We got to remember week 1, there are going to be a couple teams that literally just come out flat.
Like Packers.
Like the Packers, but it's a fluke. You know, after week 1 passes, they're solid after that. And I go ahead.
No, the Bills 35, 43, another 40 point dominance one. Now 38. They're scoring now because remember the first week, you know, they're like they don't look too crisp. Second week they scored a lot of points, but we still weren't sure because it was like it was weird. I mean, their defense did more of the work, and now their offense is really clicking now. So the Bills right now, oof.
And you pair that offense with a defense that has now put up 2 shutouts in the NFL in the same season, and it's a scary team. To me, they're clearly the best team in football right now, and you have the
Holmes, Kelsey to 20.
Yeah, you held them to 20, and you know, and that's your main concern as far as like these previous seasons. The Chiefs have been your main concern, and you handled them. And I think the Bills right now, what they have going for them is the chemistry. They have Josh Allen playing at a high level. They have a great offense, great defense. The fans are showing up. Like that whole team just has this vibe of we're gonna go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You know, so as long as they stay healthy, I expect the Bills to be the best team in the AFC.
Yeah, I agree. And Emmanuel Sanders was like the missing piece that replaced John Brown.
John Brown, yeah.
Because Emmanuel Sanders just, you know, he's doing the damn thing for Josh Allen, and just a nice compliment, honestly. Like that's like the 1-2 punch where Diggs is more like a reliable option to Josh Allen, but Emmanuel Sanders just is a change of pace type of receiver for Josh Allen compared to Diggs.
Yeah, I agree, and I give Sanders his credit. Who I want to really talk about though, and who is kind of pissing me off now, is Dawson Knox. Because he shouldn't be getting this type of production where he's scoring every game unless he's really become that dude.
I think the playbook is just expanding now for Josh Allen, where they can use a tight end now, because he's another part of the Bills where I was expecting a lot from last year, but it's just happening this year.
Like he at this pace, he's about to be considered like number 1 tight end, because not even like Kittle disappointment. Waller has been very medium the last 3 games.
Since his first game.
Mark Andrews is his first game scoring his touchdown, and I was expecting him to go off this Sunday. I forgot he was playing tonight, but he was bound to go off. So tonight was his night, but I think Dawson Knox honestly has been the most consistent. Can you guys name somebody else at the tight end position that's been more consistent than
Dawson
him?
Knox.
Has Waller? No, because Waller had like a stinker game.
Ever since his first game, he's kind of been leveling out hard now.
Just very Yeah, he hasn't scored. Oh yeah, he scored last game, but he hasn't really been popping off at all, and stat wise.
Maybe that dude's for real then.
Yeah. Oh, you know who? You know what? There is one guy, Dan Schultz.
Oh yeah, Dalton Schultz. Dalton Schultz. Yeah, he's been consistent as well. You know.
Yeah, Schultz has been showing up. Even this last game where he didn't score, he still had like 6 targets.
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, it's funny because speaking of Knotts and Schultz, they're not really the super athletic tight ends. Like when you look at them, like they're athletic, of course, but they're not compared to like a Kelsey,
or even Kyle Pitts.
Kyle Pitts, like where they're like, yeah, low key, you could have been a receiver, you know, like they're not known for their speed or they're like, you know, other their hands or things like that. They're just like probably to the masses. Everyone probably thought, oh, they're just like a good overall tight end. That's about it, and I think that's why defenses don't look at them as much. So it opens them up for situations like that.
But apparently, great route runners.
Yeah, great route. Hey, you gotta have one or two moves. You know.
Yeah, they're getting open. Mm-hmm. They're doing something where they're getting production, so they're getting open.
Or the coverage is just so loose that they allow them to get yards. You know, because it's funny because last year they Bills probably didn't have really too much tight end plays. And in probably next season, they're like, all right, let's add more tight end plays. No one will expect it. And, you know, this is what we might get. That's always a offense that's always going to be able to evolve, you know, because you can't do the same thing every season. Eventually, it's going to get found out. So maybe this is part of their evolution from this season from last season. They're trying to, you know, spice it up. So keep all the opposing defenses guessing, because also Zach Moss is doing pretty good as well. You know, still won't get the crazy amount of touches like a running back should, but when he's playing and he gets his touches, he does things with the ball.
I mean, that's another team that won't really commit to one guy, because when you look at the numbers between Singletary and Zach Moss, it's really 50-50.
It is, but at least it's just two guys. At least it's just two. It's not the whole fucking running back roster.
Yeah. And no, it's really 50-50 between those guys, and Zach Moss has been ending up in the end zone more for sure. Mm-hmm. But since we kind of brought up Dan Schultz and your Cowboys, I do want to bring up that defense and Diggs, because he's different. That man is different. I cannot believe he's still keeping his streak going with interceptions. Like,
he did it
since week 1.
He did it again.
That man's doing it.
He did it again.
Mm-hmm. They said I remember when I was watching the Kansas City Buffalo game, Diggs had made a catch, and they were like, "Yeah, that Diggs, he's reliable. He's great." And then the other announcer's like, "But he's probably not even the best one in his family." You see Diggs on the Cowboys.
I caught that too.
Yeah. But I didn't watch a lot of this game. So did you catch this game, Spuddy?
I caught glimpses, more of the highlights really, but I saw a good portion of it, and it was just it was dominant football. Like, the first quarter was a little stale from the Cowboys' perspective, but I feel like that was expected. For some reason, Cowboys loved doing that in the first drive.
I don't know about the Buffalo game.
So, what was that? You know what's interesting? Like, I have not seen this player play, which is Tony for the Giants, first round pick, their wide receiver.
Yeah.
I have not seen any live footage of this man playing, but I picked him up in our fantasy league because just reading the injury report and then also knowing that he was their first round pick this last draft, I was like, okay, so maybe there's some potential here. And so, I had him on my bench this past season. He went out for 28 points, but I saw his stats and I'm like, so is he the real deal? Like, is he dope? So, is he really cool like that? Or who was on him? Who was guarding him this game?
The defense for Dallas was kind of like, bending, not breaking. They weren't too phased about it. So they're like, all right, we're not going to let you get big plays. I mean, he had some great yardage plays, but nothing where he's going to break out, catch the ball, and score a touchdown on a 60-yarder, things like that.
What's his build? Is he a big dude or is he just average?
He looked kind of when I saw him and when he got in the altercation that got him ejected,
Yeah.
He looked pretty average, not short or anything, but
okay.
not. I mean, he's just a rookie, so I can't really know if he's gonna be built or not. But he's average, honestly, 6 foot, almost 200 pounds.
Yeah, I was more like wondering what his height was.
Yeah,
He was like one of those.
I would say he's just the average receiver, but I mean,
I see. Okay.
He got himself open. He was able to get some yards and things like that. But when the Giants tried to make something happen to like punch it in, it was hard for them. It was hard for them. What the Giants had to do was just keep on knocking like chunk yardage plays to get closer, and that's how they scored. But other than that, if they wanted that special bomb or things like that, it wasn't happening. They Mike Glennon tried doing that, and that's what caused the Diggs interception because he threw it about like 50 yards, and the thing is, Diggs was actually behind, but his speed caught him up, and he caught the ball like that.
Yeah.
I don't know if Diggs got beat or he kind of let it happen, so it seemed like, hey, I'm gonna throw this long bomb, and Diggs is like, I'm gonna catch up real quick and snatch it, because it almost looked kind of planned.
So let me ask you both this, since through 5 weeks you guys are considered contenders, who would you want to not see in the NFC Championship?
I don't have an answer because we're ready for anyone.
You don't care? You don't care, Dougie?
It could be Cardinals.
It would probably be the Cardinals because I don't know how our defense would react to such a elusive quarterback.
That's exactly what I told my dad. Literally word for word what I told my dad. I was like, our defense is great until I see us play Cardinals, and then. Or a mobile quarterback like Josh Allen or Lamar. Like, I got to see it because
because our D line has to be crisp for that matchup, because we have to contain Kyler Murray from doing any damage, because containing those receivers is going to be hard, and once it gets the backyard ball, they have the advantage with Kyler Murray and whatever receiver they got out there, really.
Yeah.
So our D-line would have to get to Kyler Murray as quick as possible and, push him to, make some mistakes.
The one thing, too, that I noticed about our defense these past couple of games is, like, when we score, like, a bunch, I feel like our defense gets, like, we can relax up, if they get some chunk yards, cool, whatever, just don't let them score.
Yeah, that's exactly what what the defense is trying to do. So, that's why Tony really was able to, get utilized a lot, because that's what he was just getting some chunk yards. And that's fine, because that's running out the clock. As the more the offense keeps on, staying in bounds and running out the clock, if we have such a big lead, it's going against them. It's going against the Giants.
What's the name of your offensive coordinator again?
Kalen
Moore? Something more, right?
Kalen Moore.
What's his first name?
Kalen
Oh,
Moore.
okay.
He's from Boise State.
It's funny. Yeah, he was the quarterback from Boise, right?
Yeah, he's a quarterback of Boise.
But it is funny because there are moments, I do agree with you guys in the play calling, where you're just like, what the fuck was that, right? Like, you're just like, why did you call that play there? But
usually the first quarter.
But at the same time, like, the Cowboys are putting up points. They are lighting up the scoreboard.
Mm-hmm. So I give him his flowers this year. He's looked better. Like, he's made the offense more like unpredictable. Like,
interesting.
He took a lot of shit last year. I know he took a lot of shit last year.
Yeah, so I feel like there is a nice balance, especially I think. Would you agree that you guys are incorporating Tony Pollard a lot more this season than last season?
We got two-headed monster now.
Definitely. And the thing is, like, I love the Zeke Pollard when they're in at the same time. I love it. And if you saw the Zeke touchdown where they did the fake pitch, then threw it to Zeke again, I don't know if you caught that one. It was like near towards the goal line, and both Tony Pollard and Zeke Tony Pollard was more like in the fullback position, and Zeke was like the eye back. So Tony Pollard went to the left to like fake out some of the defense. Then Zeke went to the right, but Dak did a fake toss. The defender on the outside, I don't know if he was a corner or a safety, was coming in the blitz. That fake toss made him flinch and stop in his tracks.
I see.
And in a way, he was kind of like the only defense because the guy closest to Zeke from there was probably like the other safety, but in the end zone. So it was a fake pitch pass. Zeke, Dak passed it to Zeke again, and no one touched Zeke. Like he was clear and scored the touchdown.
A lot of deception.
It looked sick. I ain't gonna lie. That shit looked sick. I was like, oh shit, they really fucked with them right here. But yeah, going back to what Doug was saying, it's a lot different play calling than last year. Like it's making it fresh, not stale. Because that's the shit we kind of gave him last year. Because like, god damn it, why did we get rid of Jason Garrett when we're doing the same exact shit?
Yeah,
you know. So
no, I do see a little more creativity.
Mm-hmm. The Tony Pollard Zeke dynamic is great because you don't know who's gonna have the ball. You don't know who's gonna have it. So
they're both very effective.
Because if you had a bigger fullback, you're like, they're not gonna give the ball to a fullback right now, you know. But now you're like, fuck, they got TP Zeke. Hey, both these motherfuckers could run. One could run me over, definitely. The other one's gonna juke my shit out, you know.
I would give you guys the best duo if Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb wasn't a thing.
All right.
I think they're still a little better, but you guys are right behind them for sure.
Cannot deny that. You know,
huh?
Can't deny that.
Yeah,
they're a little better because they get utilized a little more because they have to.
All right, but let me just run through this Niner game real quick. We're gonna spend like 2 minutes on it, but basically, the Cardinals didn't want to win this game. I don't know if our defense showed up or if the Cardinals really didn't want to win this game, but the point is we had a chance at it. And I just flags. It's just Niner doing Niner things, beating ourselves. And honestly, it was funny because I understand Kyle Shanahan's vibe, especially in the first half, like the first half of this game. He basically said, I'm over it. I have 4 downs. Nobody talk to me. I'm not punting. And yeah, he was on total fuck it mode, and I am too, because at this point, fuck it. Like, they're 4-0, we're scrapping for third place. Like, let's just go for all 4 downs, and that's exactly what he did. It didn't matter where the ball was. We had 4 downs in the first half, all 4. And yeah, it sucked because it was what? 10-0 at the time. Trey Lance, like he got all the way down there to the red zone. He got there, and he at the end for the last try, because we went for it, 4th and goal, and he's gonna learn. But he should have dove for the pylon. That's where he should have dove towards, but he just tried to run straight through a defender, but he ran into 3. So
I seen that.
He literally ran into a wall right at the line. But I would have liked to see him dive for the pylon. But hey, in the end, he ended up with a sprained knee. Yep. I think he's going to be out for a little while.
You think so?
And I think so. But I also think Garoppolo's probably ready to come back this next game. So hopefully he doesn't get hurt, because then after that, then I'm Bills Mafia for the rest of the season.
There it is. Hey, I think all 3 of us have our alternative team once our team goes to shit.
Oh yeah.
We're Bills Mafia. We get a face painted, bro. Yeah, we get a face painted.
No, we ain't get. Nah. Yeah, we're only doing tables. No face paint, just tables. Fire tables only.
Shit, Bills Mafia, baby.
Hey, but Francis, when when to you is the time limit done on Kyle Shanahan?
I think there's a lot of things to consider this offseason, especially if we don't make the playoffs this season.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, yeah, last season when we got all those injuries, we were the number one most injured team, whatever. Like, you can chalk that up to luck, bad luck, right? And be like, okay, that was an anomaly of a season. Let's just get over that and start over. And we're going through the same vibes again. So, it's with everybody. It's with the running back. Like now, our backup quarterback Trey Lance might be out for a few weeks. Our kicker, our field goal kicker, ended up on IR. You know, so I'm when it's back-to-back seasons like that, and we're still getting a lot of flags. We have, you know what, we're top 3 worst turnover margin. And the only 2 teams ahead of us, I think it's Jaguars, because Trevor Lawrence, hella interception. He didn't start off the first 3 weeks so hot, but there was another garbage team. I want to say the Falcons, some garbage team, and we were 3rd, right below them in turnover margin. And I'm just like, why? So I think there is a lot of things to consider this offseason.
You think losing your defensive coordinator also plays a role?
Our defensive coordinator, it's his first season. I kind of like him. Honestly, like, our defense could not have played any better against the Cardinals.
Of course.
I was expecting the Cardinals to put up over 30 easily. So our defense, to me, isn't really the problem. It's, in a way, like, we did kind of make it a scrappy, ugly game because Josh Norman got called for holding a shit ton. Like, DeAndre Hopkins was making him barbecue chicken every fucking play. So, he had to hold. And that's why D-Hop was kind of struggling to go off because Josh Norman made it such a scrappy.
Josh Norman at one point was a top 5 defender, cornerback. To the masses during that time. And it seemed like after his little stink with like OBJ, then trying to go on Dez, he just kind of went downhill from here.
Yeah,
like not as elite as he was, or people put him as.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, Shanahan and Lynch literally just got extended, so I think the owner is gonna see how Trey Lance plays out. He's gonna give Trey Lance 2 or 3 seasons. If he's convinced that Trey Lance can be the superstar that we think he could be or whatever, then he'll let Shanahan stay and develop him. Yeah. If he starts to feel like Trey Lance is a bust, then at that point, Lynch and Shanahan are going to be out.
Yeah. I think Shanahan before Lynch, though.
You think Shanahan before Lynch?
Because here's my take on it. John Lynch has been doing his job and the best job he can, and I think Shanahan is higher. Right?
Yeah.
Now, the problem with Shanahan, though, was he's kind of been known for having injury-ridden teams other than the Super Bowl year.
Yeah.
That's the thing that, like, hey, they're a good team. It's just injuries. That's why they're this record. That seemed to be the running tread for Shanahan and this 49ers team. Ever since Shanahan has been on board, it's always been injury, Super Bowl, injury, So do you blame it on like unfortunate situations, or do you kind of look at the head coach as like, hey, like why are all these guys all injured?
Why are they going? Yeah, why are they going down?
Why are they? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where to blame. On why players get injured so much on a team, especially on the Niners.
I've never been a fan of the training staff. You guys know that. Like we know that the training staff for the Niners, they specialize in hockey. So that's what I don't get, and that's why I'm just like, do you have your friends hired? And then at that point, like, there shouldn't be this many injuries all the time. Like, exactly. I get it. You could have one bad year. I understand.
I'll even give them 2 bad years. It's a common theme.
It's a common thing.
Yeah, the fact that you are like top 5 teams with most injuries in the NFL. That's not a good sign.
Back-to-back years.
Yeah, back-to-back years. I kind of start looking at the head coach. Is like, who do you have employed to, support these players? Or what are you doing in practice, Because you want to keep your players healthy. So if you do something in practice that's like not the norm, I get, you want the best players for every position, but at the same time, you don't want to sacrifice your players, And
what pains me, just the last thing about this Niner team in this game, what pains me is nobody helped Trey Lance on his first start. Like he would have a good run, or he'll use his legs, pick up the first down, flag, holding, bring it back. And then he'll throw a dot. He'll throw a dot for the first down. It'll be third down or whatever. Throw a dot, hit him in the hands, drop. Like, why is it when Trey Lance goes in, all of a sudden our receivers forget how to fucking catch a ball? Like, help him out. He's your rook. Like, the easy ones that you guys are dropping is affecting the confidence. Like, you know what I mean? Like let him, and not only the confidence, but letting him get into a groove. It's affecting that because in his head, he's like, "Bro, I'm hitting these guys in the hands."
Yeah.
Like,
do I throw it softer now? Do I throw it softer? Do I throw it harder? What do I do? And
what I told my brother is like, "Yo, those those machines that they have at practice where they're constantly like launching balls at you. You can set it higher, right? They have settings." Like, if you got to set that bitch higher, set it higher. And if you got to stay an hour after practice with a high setting machine just shooting hard balls at you, fuck it, stay there.
That's on good.
Like Trey Lance is gonna be your quarterback. Like, get used to that shit. But he's hitting you. It's not like his throws are garbage. He's hitting you where he's supposed to hit you, and you're dropping them. Like where I lost myself. Because I was never a fan of our signing of Sanu. Like I thought we had other talented receivers that probably could have taken his spot. But I get it. It's Shanahan's homie, his veteran. So he's like, fuck it, Mohamed Sanu. Trey Lance hits him for a first down, bro. Like, it's third down and whatever. Hits him for a first down. Hits him in the hands. He's wide open. He drops it. Like, I'm just like, what are you doing? Why are you on this team? Why are you on this team then if you're not even going to convert those?
Like, if you're not even going to do the basics.
Nobody helped him. Like I said, he would have good runs and then they'd call it back for a flag. He would throw it on them. They would drop it. So it was a game that was left for us to take and leave with the W, just steal it. But the Niners didn't want it bad enough either. So we can move on. We can move on to the shootout of the week, which is the Chargers and the Browns.
Oh, I thought you meant the Saints and the Washington football
team.
Nah, we ain't gonna go there.
This Charger and Browns game, man. That is a legit shootout.
Yeah,
that is a legit shootout.
It's like, did we expect
42-47?
Yeah, were we expecting a shootout in this one, or were we expecting like a lower score as well?
No, absolutely not. You know what? Look, I did the worst. I luckily won my fantasy matchup, but I did the worst move ever.
Thanks.
I benched Herbert and I put Trey Lance in.
Yeah, you would have really fucking destroyed me if you put Herbert in.
Look, in the first half, the game script was actually to what I thought it was going to be because they were holding the Chargers to 13 points for a while.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, the pass rush, the pressure was getting to Herbert at first. Like, that's what was making things complicated. So I was like, yeah, I know the Browns have a good pass rush. I kind of expected Herbert to have a rough time. But then, second half, Herbert came. He put on his cape and he said, "No, not today. We going off today.
We going off."
I think Herbert plays better in urgency situations.
Yeah, man. I personally think it's getting harder and harder to doubt him.
The last few games, it's either they win big or in urgency situations, his play just elevates.
Yeah.
You know what I'm starting to notice too is like Herbert. I think Herbert really likes Mike Williams because Keenan Allen has turned into like a security blanket rather than like my first option. Like every time the ball's hyped, he's looking for Mike Williams deep. He's looking like Herbert wants to hit that. Like, I feel like he fits more of Herbert's style. Like Herbert wants to sling that thing.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know if it's an offensive coordinator thing. Did they get a new one?
Well, they got new coaching staff.
They got a new staff.
Yeah, they got a new coaching staff.
Yeah, because it's very apparent that they're not sending Keenan Allen deep at all. Really, he's really on the short routes.
Much
and
like
you
how
said,
Stephon Diggs is kind of playing this year.
Yeah,
he's the number one because he has the best hands, but he's also the security blanket. That's what Keenan Allen is. Is like he does make a play, but at the same time, the route running he does do is very much like an out route to the sidelines. Like if you want to thread the needle, Keenan Allen will be able to catch it, but it doesn't equate to the crazy yards he used to put up.
You know what? It's a good thing you kind of compared it to Diggs, because what I see in this style is they use Diggs and Keenan Allen as that security blanket, right? You give them that short route, but they're still talented enough that where if they catch a short pass, they can turn it into a big play.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
But by using them like that, you're opening it up for another guy to go over the top. Mm-hmm. So like Mike Williams for the Chargers has been that guy. Mm-hmm. For the Bills, it's been like Emmanuel Sanders and Knox.
Exactly.
It's really opened it up for them. Mm-hmm. Wow. So I think they're going to continue to play this role, because it's really effective. Honestly, like defenses have to really account for them.
Definitely not great on my fantasy.
Fantasy purposes, no.
I wasn't expecting this on my bingo card at all. Not at all. Not at all. But I mean, I love to see it though. That's the thing. I love to see it.
That's what made me so mad fantasy-wise about this weekend was Cleveland and Chargers scored 42 and 47, and Keenan Allen and OBJ got none of that. Like,
yeah. I mean, but if you look at Mike Williams, that's where all the work went right there. Because there's bomb. Herbert threw a bomb to Mike Williams, and no one was around him. I'm like, God damn.
No, bro, not one. There was two bombs. One, like he burned everyone, like the whole defense. The second one, I had to be a miscue or something, because Mike Williams literally could have stopped, made a sandwich, probably stole somebody's
I saw that. on the screen, you only saw one defender at the bottom left corner, and Mike Williams is all the way in the middle of the field. I'm like, God damn! Like, what happened?
Nobody.
Was it a zero blitz where everyone just fucking blitzed? I don't know. I was so confused when I saw that. That was crazy. But when you have that second reliable receiver, you can make your number ones do those type of things. Like let's just say Mike Williams is kind of shaky. Keenan Allen would be probably eating. But the fact is, they're able to put trust in Mike Williams. Is they're able to suck all the defenders towards Keenan Allen. And, have a one-on-one situation with Mike Williams. And Mike Williams got size and speed. Fucking getting open and burning people. So that's that's the product you get right there.
And I think that's something that the Titans are missing, is that number 2. Because I think A.J. Brown is... I mean, watching them play, too, I really think Tannehill took a dip this season. He's not really playing as well as he could be.
Yeah, and like in the past, like basically the past 2 seasons where he had his resurgence, we haven't seen that. We really haven't seen that. It's really
like watching him play. I don't have faith in them. Even if they wild carded into the playoffs, I just don't see Tannehill leading a team to victory in a playoff.
I mean, they'll for sure win the division. I don't see anyone else in competition.
Oh yeah, you're right. That division is absolutely
garbage. They pretty much secured it. But it's funny because 2 years ago we were like, hey, Tennessee's that wild card. They might pull some upsets. Now we're like, hey, they win the division, but we don't expect much from them anymore.
Yeah, like Francis said, they'll win the division, but I see them probably losing the home game.
The magic is gone with them, and it's mainly on the passing.
Yeah, they're struggling.
Like now is right, the Derrick Henry train.
That's it. That's the whole team. That's
really
why he just keeps showing out every week because they can't throw the ball. They struggle really hard.
Right.
They have to.
Okay, let me ask you: is Derrick Henry hitting 1,000 again this season? That was like 3 seasons in a row.
Oh, yeah, he's probably hitting 1,500, bro.
Probably not fit. My guess he's gonna land like 1,200.
He got
12, 13.
He got 1,500 again. He got it. He got it.
That's like
he would have to have a few 200-yard games.
Hey, we also know as long as you have 100 games from here on out, he's straight. And we got an extra game, easy.
You're right. These stats are going to be affected a little different.
Exactly, because I mean, even if we went by last year's, if you do 100 yards in 16 games, just 100 yards straight, that's 160 yards. I mean, 1,600 right there. Yeah. And Derrick Henry likes to go like 200 one game. That's just how he rolls. So, that's why I'm like, I can see him go 1,500.
Right. Okay, so let me ask you guys this: what is Eckler's floor moving forward?
11.
Is it still?
It's 11, and that's still a lot, though.
Eckler from the Chargers.
Yeah, I think he's another guy that kind of like he's like almost like the new McCaffrey just because he's staying healthier.
Yeah, no, he's definitely that's helping him a lot. Is he's staying healthy?
Mm-hmm. I mean, with those type of backs, you got to stay healthy, or
Yeah, I can see his floor like 11, 10. Because they use him. There's no. Chargers are one of the few teams that are. It's no like dual threat. It's no like some guy comes in and get a couple touches. Like no, it's Eckler or nothing.
Yeah,
it's Eckler or it's an empty backfield for Herbert.
if he has a little like limp in his step, they'll throw in their rookie in, but that's about it. That's about it. But, but then you got the Browns. You got 2 elite backs in Chubb and Hunt. And it's like, God damn.
Baker is so lucky he's in the situation he's in, because if he was on a team like, let's say, Washington, he'd be getting exposed.
Yeah.
How about like Bengals? You think he gets exposed as part of the Bengals?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I don't think he hits those throws that Burrow hits.
No, first of all, Joe Mixon and P. Ryan is not
no chubbing.
Is not chubbing. So and then you surround him with Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd. Your coach is expecting you to throw the fuck out of that ball. So they're gonna put him in a position to throw it. I think he gets exposed a little bit in that system.
Bro, put him in Dallas with Zeke and Pollard, and I still think he gets exposed.
I mean, like
missing.
Odell got to be thinking to himself, like, how do I always end up with a trash quarterback? Like, can I just get one quarterback?
I can't handle the quarterbacks that can't throw other than short passes. He got 2 quarterbacks that throw short passes.
He's like, I'm getting open. Can I just get somebody to throw it to me, please?
It's crazy because even when it's OBJ and Jarvis Landry gets more bulk than OBJ sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about this game just because this game was really garbage. I only want to talk about one guy, and that's Jalen Hurts. He is the Eagles team.
He is.
So, for fantasy purposes, there is no bad play because he's literally has gone through like good defenses, quote unquote bad games, and his floor is like 21 points.
Yeah. I have him in one of my leagues, and I've seen that many times.
So
he has to. He literally has to.
And what's funny is like a lot of people, question Jalen Hurts, like, oh, is he going to be good or not, or is he going to be the starter of this team? To me, he doesn't deserve what he's getting from Philadelphia.
I don't like that criticism. I hate that criticism.
I really
on
don't
him.
get it.
It's like, why are you doing that when you look at the team around him and he's got nothing?
And the thing is, I kind of see it more in his face every week. The frustration like building up. Like my team is garbage, yo. Like I have to do this every week. I have to go through this every fucking week.
I feel like it's more like people are gonna blame me for this shit, and it ain't even my fault. You know?
Like,
here's another week of blaming it on me when it's not my fucking fault.
Man, the fact that he's able to find some wins.
Yeah. Hey, remember, Francis, on the DraftKings episode, we were talking about Eagles defense real quick.
Oh, you nailed it.
I nailed that. I'm like, that's really the only way Eagles defense does something. They're able to get to Darnold, and Slay was on DJ Moore, picked him twice. Yeah. So,
off the top of my head, you were right about the Eagles. I was right about Tom Brady.
Yep.
Yep. Let me see. Dougie, Dak had a pretty good game.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. He did, right?
He lit it up.
Yeah. Dak put up his points. We did nail a few. Like even Fournette. I mean, he wasn't. The thing is, this past weekend was the weekend of running backs. Like a lot of running backs had great games. And Madison.
Yep.
You know,
Dalvin Cook was out, and you already knew.
Say that name. I don't want to.
I don't even want to hear that. I don't want to hear it either. Talk to me about Dan Campbell. Did he really? I still haven't looked it up.
No, let me talk about that boy. Bring that ass. Yeah.
Real quick, because I have not looked it up yet.
There ain't nothing wrong with what he did. I don't see nothing wrong.
Lions went down there. He scored. And everyone's hyped. Campbell's hyped. They're about to get their first win. There's no time. I think there was no timeouts. Yeah, no timeouts. Like the Aaron Rodgers and San Francisco situation. Except for it's not Aaron Rodgers, it's Kurt, bitch ass, big dick Cousins comes out here.
That's so confusing right there. You dissed him but complimented him.
Goes out there and hits dots like he's Aaron Rodgers, and the Viking kicker decided not to be asked today and hits the kick. It was heartbreaking. It was heartbreaking. I'm not questioning this guy's manhood or nothing, but bruh. It wasn't Tom. It was Kurt. You let him go out there and make you cry on the podium?
It's like the Lions, they want to win. They want to win.
I see it as, it's emotionally frustrating at that point that, you're almost there and it happened again. And you're just like, fuck. Yeah. Like, fuck.
But Kurt, he made you cry?
But that you got to learn how to win in this league, and you got to know that when a team is put in that situation, you're gonna get that they're gonna try to give you their absolute best. Yeah. It's a high stress situation.
Dan Campbell is learning as a head coach. I guess what I'm saying is I guess he has to learn more to be like a coach than like a player, because in that situation, we're getting really excited. That's the player in him.
Yeah,
reacting how it is.
I agree.
But as a coach, you're like, hey, there's still, it ain't over till it's over,
Yeah.
So I mean, I think that's the one criticism I could give to Dan Campbell right now is, I like what he's doing there. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, there's 0-5, but he's giving these players, hope, chance, everything like that, and they know that they don't have the best roster right now. But they're competing, so it's just he needs to buckle down and in crucial situations be more of a coach than a player. That's it.
Yeah,
that's it.
I agree.
But,
I agree.
But other than that, I mean, that's him being a rookie head coach. So it's all learning. All learning.
I think Minnesota is one of those other teams that all they have is a pass rush, and then everything else. I mean, Kirk, he started off hot. right?
He's still all right. You know, nothing too crazy. He's kind of like
he's not doing Kirk things.
He's fanning off in the beginning, but he's still solid. He's still like a solid pick.
I didn't watch that game, but if Madison was going off and Kirk is still solid, why did they only put up that many points? Why didn't they score more? What was holding them back? Were they fizzling out they got closer to the end zone?
They probably couldn't punch it in. That's about it.
They just couldn't punch it in.
Yeah,
the Lions D was biting those kneecaps, you know.
Mm-hmm. There it is.
Very quick, love. There's a game I want to talk about real quick. That's the London game.
No, there it is.
Kyle Pitts, you hit your ceiling, love.
Yeah.
Happy about that. Finally, finally,
they look like they wanted to use them for once.
Mm-hmm.
But the main reason I want to bring up the Falcons is Cordero Patterson's real. He's really, really real.
For fantasy purposes and for that Falcons team, he's yeah.
Makes you want to watch the Falcons for a little bit. For a little bit.
Just flip over, maybe see.
Yeah.
For the Jets, welcome to the league, Zach Wilson.
It's gonna be a bunch of up and down for the Jets though, from here on out.
But one thing I do want to say about the Jets, I think Crowder coming back kind of hurt Davis a little bit. I think so.
I don't know. They got shit to figure out.
Yeah.
Because anyway, and also like I pulled Corey Davis. Just the only reason I didn't pull CPAT is because to me that's all the Falcons really have.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So I was like, okay, CPAT could stay, but the fact that it was a London game, I didn't like it anyway. Like
it's
even
usually
for
a weird
CPAT
game.
too.
London games are usually weird scoring.
Yeah. Yeah, and you do have to take into account like jet lag and travel, because at the end of the day, these players are humans. You don't know what they're doing the night before, and you don't know like if they got good sleep the night before, the day before, or whatever. And when they have to travel that fucking far and then play a football game, like maybe they're not 100%. So
not everyone is a tip top being like athletic being where they can wake up at 5 a.m. but then go to England and still wake up at 5 a.m. and nothing happened
and put on a show.
Would you say they weren't in tip top Cheerios status?
No,
because London.
Because London. Oh my god. Yeah. Anyway, that's why Corey Davis was on my bench.
It was a good call. Wasn't on my bench and I paid for it.
Yeah, it was on my bench.
But
any other ones?
We'll do it real quick with the other ones. Broncos Steeler game. Interesting, right?
Not a game I would tune into, but
I mean, I was surprised the Steelers were able to do what they did. I thought it was going to be even really lower. I was thinking more lower scoring game, but they used Najee Harris. They actually gave Big Ben some time, so he was able to be stationary and throw. Claypool had a game.
Yeah, Claypool had a nice game.
They did lose Juju for the season, though.
Yeah, Juju's out.
So
Bruce Claypool and Deontay Johnson.
Yeah, but we'll see how that goes from here on out. I mean, Steelers' offensive line has to keep on protecting Ben, or that's going to go out the window real quick.
Mm-hmm.
But
Najee's usage is always going to be there.
Mm-hmm. So if they're able to use Najee Harris effectively from here on out, I can see him picking up some wins. Still, I don't think much of the Steelers.
I don't either.
But for the Broncos' sake, they need to get healthy. I feel
they need to get healthy. Yeah, I think that's their biggest thing. Just stay healthy, get healthy, and stay healthy.
So hopefully Jerry Jeudy comes back in the next 2 weeks, and maybe we see something better from this offense. Because It's just right now with the Broncos.
Yeah.
So
I need a spark.
Yeah. Dolphins, Buccaneers. Talk about that real quick. Buccaneers put a clinic on the Dolphins.
Yeah. Tom Brady went off. AB is looking like old AB. I think everyone had a good game. Like I think Godwin still got his touches. Evans scored a TD.
If we're talking about DraftKings, if you had Brady, Evans, Brown, and Fournette, you're over 100 points already. By those four players alone.
The offense really clicked that day in the show. I mean, it is Miami. Don't get me wrong.
It's just, the only thing about Miami we gotta say is like, where's that defense that we saw last year?
Yeah,
that's it.
It's not there.
I don't know. Honestly, it could be a number of reasons. I think they're also not getting inspiration from their offense. Like,
they're having to keep going out on the field. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
the Dolphins need better offense production.
It's just, to me, the game script didn't make sense. The Bucs went up early. They had full control of the game, but okay, Gaskin have a game. Like, not Waddle, not Gesicki, but Gaskin, the running back while you're behind. While you're behind.
Hey, one thing I got to say about Gaskin, I saw his usage last week, and they're like saying, they might not use Gaskin no more. I'm like, are you serious? So I dropped him from my fucking league, on my Yahoo league. And now I see Gaskin fucking having a game. I'm like, this is some bullshit.
Some bull. Yep. Happened to a lot of people.
I was one of them.
That's the Dolphins-Bucs game.
Here's a boring game. Patriots beating the Texans. They made it a game, but it was still boring.
I could not believe what I was watching from Mills. Really laying dots out here, huh? Really laying dots out here on the Patriots, huh?
That's not what you showed us last week. Okay. For 31, 48 yards, and 4 interceptions.
Okay.
No, this week he went 21 and 29, 312 yards, and 3 TDs.
Yeah. Okay.
I can honestly say Patriots are not a good away team. Even though they're 2-0 on the way, they're really not a good away team because you let the Texans do that to you. But, I mean, for the offensive sakes, remember what I said beforehand through text? 4 offensive linemen for the Pats were down. I was like, that's a scary one.
That is scary.
I mean, they're able to get a win out of it, so that's good for them.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes.
Bears upsetting the Raiders, or is it an upset?
It's so weird. Like, Carr and Waller just could not get on the same page the last couple of weeks.
For the life of them.
For the life of them, man, they just cannot get on. I don't know what happened there. They had a great connection. It's just, it hasn't been there.
Not just that. It's like, where are these other receivers stepping up? Like,
Renfro's
the only one, but he's the one that's the security blanket. So he might be doing a lot more shorter plays, and that's what it looks like here. Is he did a lot more of the smaller.
They
routes.
Need more from Edwards. They need more from Zay Jones.
They need more from Ruggs too.
Yeah.
It's like, I know he's the boomer bust bomb guy, but hey, do another route. Do a slant inside.
You can do more than just a straight up.
I mean, I don't know what this offense is. I mean, the offense might be changing from here on out since Gruden's out. But, the playbook needs to, get everyone involved. And everyone doing something different. But I'm surprised looking at the Bears' record, they're 3-2.
Yeah. Hey, what I tell you.
3-2.
Sneaking in.
The Bears gonna win a couple more games.
That's really 2 more wins than I thought.
Yeah.
That's for real.
So, we kind of covered all the games. I mean, Saints and Washington.
Yeah, if I say, whoa, don't let me get a chance to talk about J-Bo. Like,
the missing,
do it.
The missing link.
He said, do it.
Do we really have to talk about this?
No, we can make it real quick.
All I want to say about this game is, hey, Peyton, what's going on with you, Kamara? I know Kamara dropped 30, but you just like, It's weird what's going on.
Mm-hmm. Hey, did they pay Kamara?
Huh?
Have they paid Kamara yet? The Saints?
I don't know what's his contract situation. I'm not sure.
But something like it's just like the Saints is just a weird vibe this year. Like I don't know what it is. Like
I feel like coaching staff doesn't trust the offense right now. So
yeah,
you
they're
get what you
way
see.
too up and down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so
that's week 5.
I think that wraps it for week 5. Yeah, we're starting to get a really good idea of these teams.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
until they do something crazy on us.
It's starting to pan out, but yeah, we can forget about the Raiders being wild cards. Gruden's done, so that's the last thing I want to say about that. But we'll see. It doesn't matter on the AFC. I think the Bills have that locked down.
Yeah.
Ooh,
AFC championship game is going to be Bills and Chargers.
There's no lock in the NFC.
None.
You guys are contenders for sure, especially with the way you guys' defense is playing. It's complementing the offense pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready to see Kyle Murray. Let's go.
we don't play him this year, huh?
I don't think so. We play KC this year. That's gonna be a good test.
Yeah.
But all right, this has been week 5 recap. Tune in every week. Y'all know the deal. Subscribe. Look us up. And this has been Francis. Peace.
Yep. A lot what that man just said. Search up Buds and Sports on your search bars for all your streaming platforms. This is Spuddy McGee. I'm out.
Yo, what's good? Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy, Lightning Ledge, Lil Duke. And I'm signing off. I want y'all to have a great week. Get prepped up for this weekend because it's going to be a fun weekend. A lot of good games. You know, you already know the vibes and what they said. Search us up, subscribe, all that juicy jazz. This has been the Buzz and Sports channel. Signing off. Peace.